All right, welcome. I'm Cameron. I'm here today to talk to you about the sort of still newish Reckless deck. I talked about the first one a little bit ago, the Essentials set, and this one's a little bit different. This one is Reckless Deck Psyche, so it is a modular system for designing characters and worlds and things like that. But this one is more about personality, the life of your characters. This is great if you're doing, um, you know, story writing in any capacity. If you're doing game design, you could use it. If you do tabletop games or RPGs with your buddies, this is something that could be handy. Very, very, very cool. So, and then right here we got the playmat for it, optional. It's a separate purchase. So this guy, this gigantic guy right here, this little dude, $200. It's almost 2,000 cards that are separated in a couple different ways, and I'll get to that in a second. The playmat is $29. There's actually two different playmats for this set that have the spots for the types of cards that come in here, and then one playmat for the original set. So this is all in the little pamphlet you get. It kind of goes over everything. Gives it also gives some ideas on how you can use the cards to kind of guide you towards creating some stuff. If you're not sure what to do, if you don't just want to go to town with it, then there's going to be some stuff that can guide you. So the kind of theory behind this set is you've got two types of cards in here. You're going to have the core cards, which are going to be motivations, strengths, flaws, and given circumstances, which are kind of universal to any sort of setting or genre that you might be working in. And then you've got the other side, occupations, secrets, formative events, inciting incidents that are a little more tailored to the genre that you're going to be dealing with. And so aside from the types of cards, there's also the genres. So what are the genres? We've got contemporary, which is going to be kind of real world stuff. We've got epic fantasy, horror and urban fantasy, sci-fi and cyberpunk, Lovecraftian and noir, dystopian and post-apocalypse, epic fantasy, and fairy tales. So the way that the box comes packaged, you get this comes like this, very nice. All these will be sealed up by the different genres, and you've got card dividers. So this one says steampunk and Victorian on one side, that's one of the genres, and then occupations on the other. So the way that this works is you can just use whichever side makes more sense to you, depending on how you want to divide them up. So currently I've got all of the cards separated by genre, but you can use the other side and have all of them separated by type of card, which is probably what I'm going to do after I'm done filming this. I'll flip it around, mix them all up, and I'll have the card type be how they're organized. Because honestly, like I said, I'm someone, I'll just grab all the secrets, shuffle them up, put them down there. Let's find one that works, right? I'm not too concerned with genre because I think in a lot of these cases, even if something is super genre intense, you can probably you either discard it or you finesse it to kind of work with whatever you're doing if it's a different type of story. Because even if I'm not writing a horror story, you can have some horror aspects to different characters, right? That's fun. Boom. So just a simple pull of one of each card, not swapping in, not doing anything fancy, just picking stuff and laying them down. We've got some interesting stuff that could very easily inform the other cards, right? So we've got to conquer or transcend death. We've got visionary personality strength, capable of revolutionary ideas and of formulating a powerful plan for future change. His flaw is he's a little erratic, unpredictable, inconsistent, or impulsive decisions. He was adopted. He is a locksmith by trade, or is a locksmith in some capacity. He has been waking up in the night terrified and unable to move and seeing some sort of troll-like being in the darkness. He has had a child without government authorization, so obviously that gives us, a rule of the land, so to speak, that you have to have any children need to be authorized by some sort of governing body, um, which is interesting or fun because he was adopted. So there's some interesting play there. And then we've got a bloody, mortally wounded version of themselves staggers towards them and says, "Do not speak the words that open the chest," and then dies in their arms. So the person that is trying to conquer or transcend death encounters some other version of himself in a situation where they are mortally wounded and dying. That's just plopping down cards. I think there's a lot to work with there. And if you don't like any of them, just friggin' deal on another card. It's how you do it. I think I said this in the first video with the other one. Like, if there's cards that you don't like if there's occupations that you're just not really into, or flaws or secrets or whatever, cards that they don't really have prompts that you think are interesting, then just take them out. Work with 20 less cards in there. Like, that's fine. You can do that too. So, it's all up to you. The world is your oyster. The sky's the limit. No fate but what you make. You get the idea. And so I've had this deck for a couple, like 2 months now, maybe. And what I did when I got it in the mail initially was I did a quick little live stream and I did like a full unboxing and I went through a good chunk of the cards that's in there. So I'm going to cut to footage from that to give you some more examples of the types of things you can find in the different decks. So here's that. A journey through a snowy mountain pass leads to several of their companions being carried off by a pack of Yeti. Spent a year shipwrecked alone on a dangerous, uncharted island. Is from a race or planet that has restricted rights or travel privileges. Can decode almost any complicated cipher. During an exploration of a derelict building, they find an abattoir full of elaborate torture devices and ritualistic symbols. Storm flooding has unearthed dozens of coffins from the graveyard in their town. The Society of Gargoyles has revealed themselves and is demanding settlement of a debt. Compelled the soul of a dying loved one into the form of a massive golem. Is actively trying to get turned by a vampire, werewolf, or other monster to gain enough power to battle a particular enemy. Has obtained a map that leads from the occupied or dangerous zone that they're in to a safe and secure location. Cable network for sports commentator. $199 for the full box of cards, almost 2,000 cards. $29 for the playmat. There's another design available on the website you can look at. And there is even, I just saw newly added to the website, they've got a half version of it. $99, 2 different versions. You can get the core cards and then some of the expansions. So just check out the website and pick up whatever looks cool to you. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to see what they do next. If you thought this was cool, fun, interesting, pick up the cards. Also, click those buttons down there. You know how that works. Thumbs up and all that. Click stuff. Do whatever you gotta do, or don't. You're your own person. I respect that. Follow your heart. All right. See ya. Good night.